Welcome everybody to the Silverman Game Calls Cup Series. Andrew Paints 180 at the Glen. My name's Jake. Alongside with me, as always, Rick Rose. Rick, how you doing tonight?
I tell you what, it's a beautiful day here in New York, and we're going right tonight, folks. So I tell you, it's gonna be fun. It's usually a lot of people are like, yo, I don't want to watch racing because all you guys do is left. Well, tonight's your night because, folks, we're turning right.
And it's Watkins, Glen, up and down, just like Sonoma, but Henders turn one and probably get a lot of drivers in trouble here tonight. But while we have the time, let's send it down track side for the national anthem.
I tell you what, that was a beautiful rendition of the national anthem. And I tell you, tonight we are at Watkins Glen, which is located in Watkins Glen, New York. We have 11 turns happening at this track. So it's going to be a crazy time, folks. But I wanted to get some pointers from Jake Little. Jake, what are you looking at in this race?
As always, that 32 machine of Andrew Beard, he's always strong. He won back at June at Sonoma, so he's definitely gonna be a threat here tonight. But another guy, as always, I'm looking at two guys. I'm looking at our teammates, the 71 of Brian Harford, who actually won last week at Pocono, and that 17 of Josh Sturgill, both really quick here. So it should be interesting to see where they come out here at the end of this one.
And I tell you what, this is one of those tracks where somebody can steal it.
Oh, for sure.
And we're looking at right now at the practice times, and if you're looking at those alone, Andrew Bird is like a half a second faster than everybody. But can he translate that over into racing conditions?
Oh, I think he can. He's fast everywhere we go. Not saying no one else is faster, but he really has these tracks figured out. He has 5-6 wins this season. Has enough playoff points. He can sit out these next 5 races and still go for the championship. But I know Andrew Burden, he's not going to do that. He's going to go out and get that. He's going to go out and get another win here tonight. But see you guys, like I mentioned earlier, Brian Hartford, Josh Sturgill. You got Danny Lowe, Matt McLean, Patrick Green. Anyone can get it even.
I tell you what, you brought up Brian Hartford, Josh Sturgill, and Danny Lowe. They are all part of the Z Talk Motorsports. And what I'm gonna do right now is we're gonna go down trackside while they're still practicing, and we're gonna have a conversation with Danny Lowe. So let's see if we can get him up here into the booth. Hey, Danny Lowe, Richard Rose up in the Yellow Flag TV booth. You got me? Yeah, we were just sitting here talking about Z Talk Motorsports, and I said I was just gonna bring you in. How's the car feeling for the Glen?
For me, when it starts off on fresh tires, it's slick as well tonight. But it starts to tighten up and starts feeling better throughout the run.
So what are you planning on doing? You trying to take this thing and get to the front quick? You're gonna hang out at the back? What can you tell us?
I am gladly going to hang out in the back for a little bit, and I just have a feeling there's going to be a lot of damage and carnage going off at the beginning, so I'm just going to let that pan out first, and then try to come up through at the end.
Well, that sounds good. I'm looking at your beautiful car right now, the number 79 Z Talk Radio Low and Order car. You want to give a shout out to any sponsors to talk about them?
Yeah, for sure. ZTalkRadio.com. They're one of our big sponsors, and the buzz on ZTalk. Paranormal Talk, they do our poll award, and Low and Order on ZTalk Radio. They all put in a lot of time and effort to make sure that we stay out.
Lose him. I think we lost. Yeah, I think we lost him there at the very end. But yeah, ZTalkRadio.com. He does his radio show, Low and Order. And while we're talking about this, he is a law enforcement officer, and just let me get this turned down real quick because we're giving out stuff. But just last night, Richland County Deputy Derek Fisher out of South Carolina actually committed suicide in his cruiser on duty. So I wanted to send a heartfelt condolence out to his family and Richland County sheriffs for their loss, and I wanted to let them know that my thoughts and prayers are with them, and I'm sure with the rest of the booth up here.
Yeah, I didn't even actually didn't even hear about that, unfortunately, and that's very unfortunate. I always hate hearing stories about that, but anyway, yeah, looks like the cars are rolling. They're gonna head down turn one. They're gonna make that 2.43 mile pace lap here, and it looks like our pole sitter Jordan Beck is not here, so it looks like Andrew Bird will pick up the pole.
And that's a big thing coming into this. You want to go ahead and start the grid off?
Yeah, sure. As I just mentioned, Andrew Bird starts on the pole. Brian Harford, last week's winner, second. Andrew Jones starts third. Matt McLean, who's second quickest behind Andrew Bird in practice, starting fourth. Raymond Dormer starts fifth. Matt Cherry, sixth. Kyle Graham, seventh. Thomas Homer, eighth. Aaron Fowler, ninth. Josh Sturgill, 10th.
Sam Niederholm coming in 11th. Patrick Green, 12th. Tim Hockenbruckenecker, 13th. Danny Lowe's, 14th. Kyle Trito is 15th. Coming in 16th is Eric Burrill. Coming in 17th is Chris James. Then 18th is Dustin Majewski. 19th is Gene Collum. 20th is Scott Masek.
And 21st, Brandon Parsons. 22nd, Chuck Phillips. Aaron Taylor, 23rd. And rolling off last, looks like the O2 machine of Daniel Haney.
I tell you what, folks, if you love listening to us during the caution laps and oval tracks, you're going to love listening to us today, because we have a lot of action to go over.
Oh, for sure. And, mentioned before, Andrew Bird, he's pretty fast on all these tracks. So if he gets out front, he's going to definitely be hard to pass.
Yep, it's going to be, I think you brought up a great point. I think it's going to be a catch Andrew day, but one mistake could cost him. We're going to see how that goes.
As the pace car is going to drop down here. And the green flag is going to fly here, come to the green, and green flag's out.
And Andrew Bird says, you know what? Let's go! As he takes the lead. Going into turn one. They're all slamming on the brakes right now. We're going to make it through this incident free. Look at that. First corner. No wreck. We are good, folks.
And the one thing I really liked about the 64 Major Jones, he immediately ducked right behind the 32, didn't want to force the issue. Smart move on Andrew Jones' part there.
Yeah, and the funny thing is, we're going to run into this. The pace car even got a black flag, folks. So.
you don't see that every day. And one thing, Richard, we forgot to mention in re-race is there are no caution flags. No, iRacing does not control the caution flags. Tommy Reed, lead director, there's a 15-minute caution timer. So
every 15 minutes. What I look at it as, folks, is every 15 minutes, I get to get up and refill my beer.
Easy there. We're only on lap 2 here, so easy.
It's going to be a great night, folks. And it looks like the whole field is spreading out, so right now we really don't have much. I'm even all the way back here in the 10th, 11th, and 12th position, and they're just kind of hanging out right now as I'm watching Patrick Green, Indian number 11. And why I'm watching Patrick Green is he's got to at least complete one lap for the next 5 races to qualify for the playoffs. If he misses a race, folks, he does not qualify for the playoffs, even though he has that win. So that is something you're going to have to watch as they go through the S turns.
That is very true. I'm kind of, watching back here in the 16th, 15th position, 19th, I believe. Yeah, Josh Sturgill. And then the 30 of Justin Majewski and 79 of Danny Lowe are all back here.
Yeah, and the thing is, you got this caution timer now. How much strategy does that play in to what you're going to be doing throughout this race?
You know, I was listening to the drivers' meeting when it was going on, and Tommy Reed said pit road will close a minute to 2 minutes before that caution timer runs out. Now, I expect people in the back, like Daniel Lowe, like Josh Sturgill, maybe to come in right before that caution closes pit road, while everyone else may pit, then they'll be up front. Or
Danny Lowe is spinning, folks.
yeah, as I talk about him too.
He got the the old curse. So, but you know the good thing is as long as he didn't make contact with the wall or anything, he's gonna be okay. Because he's gonna have a caution, so he's gonna be able to catch back up. But he does have damage.
Watching the replay, oh yeah, he knows into that wall hard. Yeah, he just looks like, watching the replay here, right behind the 0-8 of Kyle Trittu, just overshot the corner, got back to the guard a little too hard, and around it went.
So now this is where the strategy has to play in. Do you just ride it out and hope you don't go a lap down? Or do you pit now and take that lapse and hopes you get it back the 15-minute timer?
I mean, he could very well come in. If he goes a lap down, most likely he will be the only car 1 lap down. As it appears the leader of Andrew Bird is coming up on Scott Masick in the 0 car.
Danny Lowe passed the pits, folks. So
he's probably just gonna ride it out for this 15 minutes and come in and get the that 79 machine fixed.
Yeah, Patrick Green has moved up to the 10th spot, folks. So that's somebody you're gonna have to watch, because if you're talking about people stealing races, this number 8 of Patrick Green steals the races.
Yeah, like back at Daytona, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, when you picked them, and that's probably the only week you got your pre-race pick right.
Well, hey, you know, blind mouse finds his cheese every once in a while.
You know,
I mean, we're even watching. I think that's Brian Hartford in front of him. No, it's not. Okay, it's Eric Burrell. It looked like he went off the track and lost it a little bit. So
yeah, I'm right on board with the 8 of Patrick Green. I saw that he's going to overshoot the corner there, and just almost contact. You know, I got the curse. I picked someone and they wrecked. So, well, what it last week I picked Andrew Bird.
Yes, and he wrecked.
Then, he didn't wreck. He had connection issues. But then,
oh, that is true. Yes, he had connection issues.
But then late race incident. But what we were talking about last week, we mentioned Brian Hartford picked up the win last week to lock himself into the playoffs. But my opinion, I like Brian, but he got lucky.
You know, we had shades of 2016 yet last week.
I really think, you know, if Aaron Fowler and Kyle Fram did not make contact, it would have came down to Aaron Fowler and Kyle Fram, in my opinion. But who knows? Pocono, 2.5 mile track, anything can happen there.
And you always got to watch for Brian Hartford, no matter where he is. I mean, we're looking at him right now as he is all over Matt McLean and Andrew Jones.
Oh, there was Andrew Jones in the little guardrail.
It's at that point because, you know what, you get somebody behind you, and they're pressuring you, and you're making sure you hit your spots, and that one little tiny screw-up can get you.
That is true. And while all that's happening, Andrew Bird, you know, he's pulling away to a 6-second lead. Over, I think it was about the 88 Matt McLean.
See, we didn't call this the Andrew Paints 180 for nothing, because he's just painting the whole crowd. He's out there. He's going to enjoy the race. So we'll try to bring you the action from second back, folks, because Andrew Bird's checked out.
Yeah, he's across the line now. second place is just now coming out of turn 8, so it's it's a very, I don't want to say easy track, but it's a fun place to drive.
As we look on Brian Hartford right now, and I tell you, if you're watching him, you're just looking at his wheel. It looks kind of still. He's just kind of turning that wheel and everything. So he looks like he's got a great handling car, doesn't it?
Oh, for sure. I'm watching, his cockpit view, riding right behind the 88 Matt McLean, and he's not really fighting that steering wheel, not really doing anything, and it was Matt McLean gets a little loose there, but.
And it kind of, you see Matt McLean get loose, and then all of a sudden you see Brian Hartford get kind of loose. So you guys gotta remember that, is that car up front does affect you a little bit. But you're watching him. I mean, how much is he just laying back right now? Do you think he's actually pushing it?
At this point they know it's the 79 Danny will come down pit road. I think at this point they know they can't catch the 32 of Andrew Bird, so maybe they're kind of conserving, tires, so they don't have to make a 4-tire pit stop, or maybe saving a little bit of fuel, so they don't have to take as much fuel on this caution. But I know it's going to be a very interesting there. Is Ryan Harper gets wicked loose through the S's there, but
yeah, and that's, as I said it, he looked like he was just had a good handling car. Now he's fighting that wheel and everything. So.
Oh, for sure. And, the S's and the bus stop are the most difficult spots on this track, believe it or not.
You could lose a race right at those moments.
I can't tell you how many races I lost through the S's alone.
I can't tell you how many weeks I avoided when it was road courses. Like every time. I cannot race road courses, folks. I'm terrible at them. It's just bad for me. That's why I'm up here in the booth, though. So you guys get to listen to the voice. I call it the voice of reason.
And that is for sure. And, you really can. You guys probably get sick of us talking about Adrian Bird, not talking about all these guys on the back. But let's go back there and check out some of these guys that are riding around in back. Let's ride on board with the 76 of Gene Collins. He's the last car on the lead lap here, going into turn 7.
And just to let you guys know, pit road will be closing in 3 minutes. On Watkins, Glen with the timer, the pit road will close 2 minutes before the caution timer is up. So, guys, we're already. Whoa!
Column almost gets the water barrels there.
I think he was trying to pit. I think he was trying to short pit, and he overshot it.
I think he was too.
And I tell you what, not only is he going to have to go get tires and gas, he's going to have to get a new pair of underwear. He probably pooped himself there. And that's all because Jake was watching him, folks.
Always my fault. Always.
I'm going to tell you, I want to give somebody else a real quick shout out while we're doing this. That number 14, Tim. Okay? Tim, and I'm not even going to try to, Tim H. Okay, Hockey Bruckenecker, something like that. He was like, excuse me, yeah, bless me. But this kid is one of the most improved drivers in the Oval League. I raced with him last year, and he was hitting everything, including the pace car. He comes out this year, and he is steadily improving. So that's somebody you're going to have to watch going into probably next year. If he can continue to get better, I'm guaranteeing he's going to win a race.
Oh, for sure. I expect him to, maybe he can hook up with that 32 of Andrew Bird and draft at Talladega later this year.
Yeah, hey, you never know. If that's gonna be one win that's gonna happen, it's gonna be Talladega.
Oh, for sure.
You could steal it at Talladega. Pit road is closing in 45 seconds, folks. So you got 45 seconds to get to the pits. I know they can't hear me, but hey, you never know. But, and also Tim, if I remember correctly, he is another law enforcement officer. So we wanted to say we backed him too. We have a lot of law enforcement officers in this group. And we have the 05 on pit, folks. So it looks like they're going to take that opportunity to come in.
That is a trend. He will get out before, most likely will get out before that 32. So he will, if everyone in front of him pits, he will most likely be the new leader.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's strategy. That's strategy happening right there, folks.
As 32 is going into turn 7.
And it's official, pit road is closed. So is that going to get him? All right, so this is the problem that's going to happen. When he exited pit road, they come across and said it was closed. Did he get to the line faster? Did he time that perfectly? We're going to have to find out.
Yeah, that's, I expect to see everybody pit under this caution. No question about it. If they pit here, will they have to make at least another stop, or what do you think here? We're on lap 12 of 46. So do you think they can go? Is it like 34, 33 laps on a run?
That's gonna be rough. I am getting word right now from the Oval management that Fowler did make it out in time. So something we were watching, he made it out just in time. So is that strategy going to play out? We're going to have to watch and see.
That's for sure.
But yeah, 35 laps it's kind of stretching it. I think it's a stretch.
I honestly think, they'll go, let's say, 10 laps. They go 10 laps. They come in. And, they go 10 laps. They will probably, see if they'll come in. But, I don't know. With this 15-minute timer, I don't think that's really going to be an issue for them. Like front runners like Andrew Bird, Brian Hartford, Matt McLean. People in the back, I expect to try that strategy.
The 32's up here with the 00. They're kind of just going back and forth, but he just told Scott that he had no intentions of passing. So, caution is out.
Yep, and the caution will fly
That is
here.
the caution timer, though, folks. Nothing happened.
Now, one thing we forgot to mention, the pace car is driven by one of our own. That would be the 90. I think he was about the 96 of Skylar Allen, right?
I think so, yeah.
And so Skylar Allen probably was offered this position, and he goes, hey, why not? I'm not good at road course racing, so it should be fun.
Yeah, and you know what? That's what happened to me when I was offered a booth position. I said, you know what? I suck at racing. Let's try this commentating thing. So as I'm trying this commentating, let's go and take a break. We'll take our first commercial break, folks. We'll be right back. Here at Watkins, Glen, which is also called the Glen. And I tell you what, folks, it's turned out to be a pretty good race. If you love racing, you love road course racing, you are at the perfect spot here in Oval as we have the Simple Man Game Call Series. Andrew paints 180 at the Glen. And I got to give another shout out to Simple Man Game Calls. If you've been hearing my stories the last couple weeks about using those things out in the field, you know they're good. But don't take my word for it. Just go out there and buy them sons of guns. And I tell you what, you put Oval in that little coupon thing, and you'll get 10% off your fee. What's better than that? Saving money and getting a whole bunch of bucks. I think it's a win-win, folks. So, as we're watching them all come down pit road right now and getting their tires changed and all that, we're going to see how this really shakes up things. Jake, how you liking it so far?
Oh yeah, it's going pretty good. It's actually what I expected, and you know, you saw a little bit of pit strategy going on with the 05 Aaron Fowler right before the pit road closed. So should be interesting to see if he'll come out the new leader or how this is going to work out. But I expect to see that 05 lead this race here after the cycle of pit stops.
Yeah, that's something we're going to have to watch, and I got the little results page up, and we're going to see what happens there. That short pit, though, it could work on his advantage. And then we're going to have to really watch how Andrew Bird's car reacts in dirty air.
Oh, for sure.
So,
yeah. You want me to see if I can get a word with the the 71 of Brian Harper?
Yeah, go ahead and do that.
Hey, Brian Harper, Jake Little, the Old Flag TV booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, go ahead.
So you've been riding up front, top 3, top 4 so far in the entire race. How's the car feel and how's the track feel so far?
Not too bad. It's rubbering up a little bit and getting a little bit tighter, but it's good.
Yeah, as that run went on, we ran up with you. You got a little loose there, so with the rubbering up there, the viewers that don't know, will that tighten up the track or make it a little looser, or what's your opinion on that?
I think it gets a little tighter, a little more grip.
All right, man. Yeah, looks like you'll be starting the top 5 here, and good luck. Go get another one.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, that was the 71 of Brian Hartford. Looks like he'll be restarting in the 3rd position. Looks like it does look like the 05 of Aaron Fowler will be restarting in the 1st position here. Andrew Bird 2nd, Brian Hartford 3rd, Matt McLean 4th, and Andrew Jones will restart 5th here. And you know, Richard, you still got a lot of racing here left here tonight. So, what kind of we kind of went on this a little bit before, but what kind of pit strategy do you think we'll see here?
After seeing that short pit, I'm trying to figure out what Aaron Fowler has up his sleeve. Is that going to be the only pit that he does? Did he calculate it just perfectly? Where he's like, you know what? I don't need to worry about the burn down. I just want to win a race type deal. Or we're going to see another pit.
I don't know.
I'm about as confused as everybody else.
I think he's kind of hoping that this, we're not going to go green this time. So we're going to go caution for at least one more. Going to go at least one more lap on this caution. So he'll have to go roughly between 29 and 31 laps on this run if he goes the whole way. Now, these caution laps, they're helping him. He's probably clutching it, turning that car off, trying to save as much fuel as possible. My personal opinion, I think he can go, these 29 last 30 laps on this run. But is he going to want to take that risk on these tires? Do you think, people like Andrew Bird, like Matt McLean, like Brian Hartford, do you think they will come in, top off, and take 4 tires, then they'll force Aaron Fowler to come in? Or, I'm trying to figure all this out and what he is trying to do. Do I think he can make it? Yeah, but I would come in maybe, 10 laps, maybe by lap, between laps 28 and 30, come in, top off, then go out, and maybe kind of Andrew Bird, everyone behind him, kind of think maybe they can't make it.
And I think Andrew Bird and Brian Hartford is going to do what Fowler does. They're not going to come in by themselves. They're going to have to see Fowler come in.
No,
So, but as we say this, pace car lights have come off. There's no pace car lights on it, but the lights are off.
Yeah.
Just imagine that there's lights on top of it. So we're gonna be going green the next time by. So that means you got us for another 15 minutes while we get through this.
Yeah. So if I was in Aaron Fowler's shoes, Aaron Fowler, he knows if he can make it or not. We don't. His crew chief is talking in his ear, okay, save. But he's probably going to come in. If I was in his shoes, I'd come in probably between laps 28 and 30, top off, and maybe get 2 tires or no tires. And I think if he takes no tires, he'll be fine. But, like you said, Andrew Bird, Brian Hartford, everyone behind him, they will not come in unless Aaron Fowler goes in.
So, folks, this is how confusing it's getting. All right, I am now listening to Tommy read off the results like Fowler left, Bird right. He's having to go freaking lane by lane, telling everybody where they're starting. So I think he's probably kicking himself right now for letting that pace car come out and race like this. He's probably wishing he had a computerized one, but it's giving him something. It's keeping him on his toes.
Yeah, something that's really interesting here. Aaron Fowler, he's the leader, but he's gonna take the left lane. So
yeah, and that's what kind of confused me, because going into turn 1, you think you would want that bottom lane. But is he going to prove us wrong?
If Andrew, he proved us wrong last week on that high line, so maybe he can prove us wrong here. But I honestly think if Andrew Bird can keep his nose under him,
that's all you got to do.
Yeah.
You've got it.
As the pace car is going to make that hard left turn, or right turn in this case, and they're gone. Yeah,
and the green flag is off.
Andrew Bird, side by side going to 1.
And see, that's right now where Fowler's wishing he never made that decision.
And Andrew Bird saying, "Hasta la vista."
Yeah, and it's Fowler. I mean, he's got some catching up to do now. If he gets another attempt at that, I bet you he will be on the block. But he's got to get past Fowler now. I mean, he's got to get past Bird now, because Bird, he's just too fast on his track.
But I'm kind of noticing here, Aaron Fowler. Aiden Bird really isn't pulling away as much as he had. But as I say that, he's going to start pulling away just a little bit here.
Yeah, and it's just watching these guys. They're starting to space out already. I mean, it's not that much yet, but you're getting all the way back to 7th place before you get to 1 second behind.
Yeah.
So.
I just hear something about a Christmas tree.
Yeah, somebody's blinking like a Christmas tree. That was the best analogy I've seen. Blinking like a Christmas tree. So, we'll see how that happens. Maybe it's Christmas in July or August. We got a big wreck. 05 is... Oh, he got loose. He did save it. No, he didn't. He's around, folks. Aaron Fowler loses it. Up north, we call that stepping on it. I'm not going to tell you what you're stepping on, but you can probably think about it.
Yeah, he was running second at that time, and see what he did wrong here.
But then again, this is where it happens. He can short pit again.
Yeah, he did the he did the exact same thing that Danny Lowe did in that 79, nosed it into that barrier. But
he's taking it too quick. I mean, at turn 1, he's pressuring himself way too much to catch up to Bird, and it bit him in the rear end.
I honestly think, a few laps, did exactly what he did last time. I don't know if that really would make a difference, but don't know. But that's a tough break for him, 2 weeks in a row, really.
Yeah, now we got Matt McLean and Brian Hartford trying to track down Andrew Bird, but they're 2 to 3 seconds behind. So
who knows, right?
We've got a good battle happening back here for 9th and 10th with Aaron Taylor and Patrick Green as they're coming through. They're kind of spaced out now, but they're closer than what first and second is right now. So we do have some action happening going through the S turns. But this is the problem you get with road courses, is people just spread out.
And that's for sure. As Josh Sturgill, he's right behind that 68 car of Thomas Harmon, and he's all over him, trying to find a way around him as he's going to wisely back off going into the bus stop here.
Yeah, we come all the way. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, and he's trying everything he can to get around him, but can't seem to do so.
Yeah, and you're coming down through the first turn right now. They're going into turn 2.
He got grass.
Brian Hartford and Matt McLean for 2nd and 3rd. They are now battling it out. We have a good battle to happen there. I think if Brian Hartford can get around Matt McLean, we might have somebody catching up with Andrew Bird. But right now, Andrew Bird is loving looking in his rearview mirror, seeing those two battle it out.
Oh, that is for sure. I already know if he can, he's probably not even looking at his mirror. He knows he's pulling away. He has about a 3-second lead over those two, and he's probably not even looking at his mirror. He's probably just looking at the track and just concentrating, and he knows that he has the car to beat here tonight.
I was just watching NASCAR Hub today. They were asking Joey Logano and Brad Keselowski how, percentages of 100%, how much is mental and physical and communication and all this stuff. And Brad Keselowski brought up a great point, saying that about 30% of this race is mental. You have to believe that you're going to win the race in order for you to win. If you doubt yourself, you're already beating yourself. And we're talking about Andrew Bird. The guy's coming out. He's got all these wins this season. So he's confident he can win. Who's going to step up and dethrone him? That's what we're watching.
Yeah, for sure. And he's definitely gonna be the one to beat here in this championship hunt here. And it's when we get to Homestead, really expect him to be there at Homestead. But I don't know, something, a freak accident can happen and can take him out of contention. I'm not trying to jinx anything or anything, but
Number 24 loses it coming through the S. Turns. He is back going though, so we won't have any kind of issues coming out of that. And if I'm looking at him correctly, it looks like he just lost it. There's no damage, so that's the good thing. Hey, you got to look at the silver linings, but as we're talking about silver linings, Danny Lowe just disconnected. Is he having issues?
I'm not sure. Let's see. He was running. I don't know. Maybe connection issues. He was running 15, 24 seconds behind. So it makes me believe that he just had connection issues. So very, very unfortunate for him.
And it looks like Aaron Taylor is on pit now.
Aaron Taylor, yeah. I mean,
yeah. So that's not looking good for him. He's been in there for quite a while, so that could be the end of his night.
For sure. I mean, yeah, it's very, very unfortunate for him, but I'm looking at that. Your pick, that 8 car, Patrick Green. He's slowly working his way. He's up to the 9th position after rolling off the 12th position here. But
he is like that silent assassin. He's gonna hang out back there. He'll be like, I got this, and wham, you're dead. And Patrick Green's like, I got the win. So, gotta watch him, folks.
Oh, for sure. You guys, I'm looking at lap times here. I'm looking at, you know me. I like looking at lap times. I like comparing lap times. I was looking at Patrick Green's lap times here. His last lap, he ran a 1:15.187. The 32 of our leader, Aiden Bird, ran a 1:12.817. So well over 3 seconds faster than Patrick Green.
I'm going to tell you what, folks. I'm going to say this right here in this open broadcast. They better inspect that car heavily. I'm not saying he's cheating, folks. I'm just saying that kid is good.
Oh, that is for sure. And I'm watching him for over half this race, and he is smooth, very, very smooth, not making many mistakes. As the 00 car, Scott Mastick spins around trying to let the 32 by him. He's gonna get it going.
And I'm now getting word, it's being filtered all the way through Twitter and Facebook, that Danny Lowe is having connection issues, folks. So I just wanted to let you know it is connection issues, and he is highly upset about it because he felt like he had a car to beat.
Oh, for sure. He was, like I said, he was running top 15, so he's one of the drivers that, probably not the best at qualifying. He hangs out back, and when it counts, he goes. And
are you trying to say Danny Lowe likes the rear?
well, I mean, well,
folks, I didn't say it. I'm just putting that out there. We got 3 minutes until pit road closes.
I think you got me there. Oh my gosh, you really had me there.
Folks, we got some drama coming out of this race. We got some high drama coming out of this race. I wish I could repeat what was just sent to my box. I wish I could. There are issues happening right now with this race. That there was connections. Somebody connected with somebody else and caused something. And somebody is not happy. So I'm pretty sure we're going to have to watch this the rest of the season.
Oh, for sure. And, you know, you remember back to New Hampshire, what was it, 2-3 weeks ago now, when Andrew Bird bumped, and I say bumped, meaning literally bumped, door slammed Matt McLean out of the way. Do you think Matt McLean forgot about it?
Oh, no. He's... I think he's waiting. You know, I'm going to tell you the truth. All right, so last year, we went to Martinsville for the last race of the season. And I don't know if the fans remember seeing this, but Casey Heschel was in the... was it the Matt Kenseth number 20 that started it all last year? When he took out Joey Logano, was it?
A couple years ago, yeah.
Yeah. So Casey Heschel shows up to Martinsville in a Matt Kenseth number 20 paint scheme. And everybody was on edge because they were like, what is he gonna do? And he actually had plans of taking somebody out. I'm gonna tell you that much.
That's great.
It's something we gotta watch the rest of this year. Is Matt McLean has basically professed that he's gonna get him back.
Oh, for sure.
When's it gonna happen? We don't know. But pit road is gonna be closing in 1 minute, folks.
I honestly think it's gonna happen at Homestead. Well, but you know, I don't know. That's just my prediction, and I'm just gonna say that.
It's gonna happen. I mean, we're coming up to about 45 seconds from pit road closing, and then we'll be on our second caution about 2 minutes after that. You guys have to quit listening to us ramble as we're looking. Yeah, and as we're jeez. So, folks, as we're saying this, Aaron Fowler has blown his engine.
Oh, heavy damage on that 05 car. I wonder.
Does it have something with that wreck going in turn one?
No, it's actually something completely different here. Coming out of the bus stop. Oh, boy.
And pit road is closed. So did he... Here we go again, folks. Did he get in? How's that going to play out? How's this get scored? Can you help me?
This. I figured out what happened to the 05. The 05 was going down, oh boy, we have another issue. Jeez, so many issues going on here. Looks like before that issue, he slid with a wreck, but the 14 was sliding through the grass, and he hit the 14 coming out of the bus stop, and that's what caused the damage.
And I am reaching out to...
Yeah, there it is right there. He hit the 14.
I spelled penalties wrong, folks. Okay. I'm reaching out to the Oval management to see if there's going to be any penalties. That was close, folks, because literally it happened like last time. He made it in time. That guy is skating, folks. He is like on that fine line. He's dirty dancing on it.
What are we talking about here?
It's nasty. Aaron Fowler. It's nasty. He did it the first time. He got out in time. This one, they're saying he got in on time, so no penalties.
But you know, not the 14. Crap. The 05 car, Aaron Fowler. I honestly think he just went in because he was smoking. Maybe went in to get his damage fixed.
Yeah, well,
I don't know.
But he had his fast repair. Now he uses it, and now the caution is out. So we're going to have another cycle through that's going to put Andrew Fowler back in the lead. It's going to be crazy, folks. It is gonna. So he did go a lap down, folks, as we're looking at it. So he will get that lap back, as it looks like it. So he will be starting right around 13th, 14th-ish. We're going to see how he can pull that one out. I don't know, but we got a lot of action to cover that's coming up. But we're going to go ahead and take another break so everybody can go to the bathrooms, especially me. So we'll be back after these commercial breaks, folks.
Watkins Glen International for the Andrew Payne's 180. We're under caution for the second time today. Andrew Bird, no surprise, is dominating this event. Richard, what's your comments on this race so far? Is it everything that you expected, and are you surprised by the results so far?
I am not surprised. We all kind of figured that Andrew Bird was going to take off with this. But you're coming down to crunch time. What is there, like 15 laps left, 16 laps left?
Yes.
People are pitting now. Aaron Fowler's getting his lap back. We're going to see if he can come through, folks.
That is for sure. And
I tell you what, it got so good, folks, that during that commercial break, I ran down and I got 2 of those high-priced beers. We got 2 more beers up here in the booth with me, and we're going to watch this shit go down.
Yeah, too bad I'm not old enough to drink yet, huh?
Yes, folks, we do have the underage Jake Little in the booth.
Yeah, well...
How was your 13th birthday last week?
Yeah, ha. And by the way, my birthday is in March. It's actually, March, not...
Should we give the viewers a candid look at what they're going to be going through right now as Tommy Reed calls off the line? Can we do that?
Go for it.
We're going to wait for him to come on, folks. But once he starts reading off, we're gonna give you a little bit of look into what Tommy Reed is going through this race. I think it's hilarious. Because they thought it was cool to have a pace car guy out there that was from us, and he's going to be able to run with us, but they didn't know that they were going to have to go through calling out each spot. And Tommy's like playing the freaking spotter for everybody. So he's having to tell everybody where they're going to line up. This is like shades of old racing here.
That is for sure. And, you know, what was I looking for? I don't know. And
But the only thing that we would need from now is Tommy Reed on the track, slapping his butt, telling somebody to go to the rear. You remember that back in the day? They still do it at some dirt tracks, but somebody will run out there and slap their butt to tell somebody to go to the rear. And I think that's what we're going to need here at Watkins Glen. You thought it was something bad. You've probably never seen that kind of stuff, huh?
You know, Richard, if you should volunteer and go down there.
So as we're doing this, Patrick Green and Patrick Green and Andrew Jones, the number 64, did not pit. Our producer's like, I better give them some information quick because this is going down.
I mean, Patrick. I mean, I don't know. Maybe, you know, Richard, you always say it, Patrick Green always finds his way, and maybe, you know, I'm not sure.
I'm just telling you.
This should be interesting.
The last time I picked Patrick Green, what happened?
He hit the wall hard.
What happened the second time I picked him?
Well,
he won the race. He won the race, folks.
But last week, you picked him and he hit the wall.
God, you're making life rough on me.
And FYI, I am not 13. I'm 91. All right, it's that time of the race again, Richard. He.
We're getting ready to go green, folks.
Yes, but that's not it. I got some trivia for you.
Oh, jeez. I'm going to blow this one. All right, go ahead.
If I can find a... Okay, I'll give you two questions. One easy one kind of difficult. All right, you ready?
You're going to make me feel even worse. Okay.
You should... If you don't get this one, I don't know. All right, what color stripe goes across the rear bumper to signify a rookie driver?
Yellow.
Why? You got that one right.
I was smart. Give a shout out to my mama. Oh, listen to our producer. You guys can't hear that. Jeez.
All right.
I'm 1 for 1, folks.
All right. Now I gotta find a difficult one for you. All right. No, that's too easy. Hold on. Richard, start talking so I can find a hard one for you.
All right, so they're getting a 1-to-go signal coming around here, folks. So you're going to be stuck with us for another 3.5 minutes or something like that.
Oh, here we go. I found one. What new safety measure did NASCAR introduce in 1994?
Oh.
You want a multiple choice?
Hold on. I'm going through these. Was it the roof flaps?
Wow, Richard, you're smart.
Wait, am I right?
Yeah, you're right. It was kind of obvious too, because the three other choices were helmets, seatbelts, and airbags.
They put airbags in these cars?
All right, wait. All right, one more. I got one more for you.
No, these cars never had airbags.
All right, hold on. I gotta get. Okay, hold on.
Oh, he said 2 questions, folks, and look, he gets stumped on both of them, and now he's gonna try to stump me on a third one.
Okay. This really isn't that hard, but I'm not gonna. All right. What was the closest finish in NASCAR history?
That was just recently. That was like 0.1114 or something like that. Yeah, it was at Daytona, wasn't it? Yeah, it was Denny Hamlin. Yeah.
Damn, I don't know how you're getting all these.
What was the? Was it 0.1?
I don't know. This website isn't updated, so it was going back to 2003 when Ricky Craven beat Kurt Busch by.
Oh yeah, that's back in
1,000th of a second.
2003. Yeah. Come on now, we got to get all the way back up to Daytona when Denny Hamlin won.
Yeah, well, let's see when this. Oh,
So we're going green with 12 to
oh,
go,
well.
folks. Just to give you that
Not
update.
important. Let's get back racing here.
We are going green with 12 to go. We're gonna have to keep an eye on that Aaron Fowler. See if he comes up through the thing. And we're gonna have to also watch Andrew Bird.
I'm gonna be watching that 8-car Patrick Green. Oh, sorry. I think I just gave him my my curse.
Oh, well, Patrick, if you listen to this rebroadcast and you wrecked it, this is because of him. Green flag is out,
yeah.
folks. There's Patrick Green. Pedals that thing to the metal, and he takes off. But look at Andrew Bird. Andrew Bird sticks his nose in there.
Yeah, well.
That almost got bad, folks. Andrew Jones said, I'm just going to hit you. It looked like he didn't even brake there for a second. He used Patrick Green for the brake. But Andrew Bird says, thank you, no thank you. I'm going to have my cake and eat it too.
Yeah, but look at Andrew Bird. He's he's having connection issues once again.
And we are getting word from the management saying that number 32 is having connection issues right now. But he is still on the track.
Yeah, so that's one thing we're going to have to watch. And you know, this is what took him away last week from the way he had the car to beat, in my opinion. He really didn't even start the race up front. He had to start it from the rear. But
and the thing is, too, the people that have, we got a car off the track. I did not catch the number of that. It was, as I was watching Andrew Bird, somebody was flying off track.
That's 68. Oh.
Thomas Harmon off track. But we are still under green.
Yeah, the 48 did come over the radio and apologize. He said that was his fault.
And I'm telling you guys, if you're looking at it, Brian Hartford's sitting third, Josh Sturgill is sitting sixth. So you have two of the three Z-Talk Motorsports up there in the top 10. As Patrick Green is kind of looking to the inside of Josh Sturgill. And the reason why we're talking about this is because Andrew Bird has kind of checked out for now. So it is his race to lose.
Yeah, that is for sure. And you know, one thing that I'm really going to be watching on is his connection. Will he end up losing connection in these last 10 laps? That's the big question. Is we got a big battle going on for second as Brian Hartford will pick up that second.
And Josh Sturgill loses it, hits the wall. He is into the wall, folks. The number 17. I think he saved it somewhat, but he was into the wall, folks. That pushed him all the way back to 10th. And he's going to go further. As they're wrecking behind him, Aaron Fowler in the number 68.
That's Thomas Harmon.
Looks like they were trying to get around Josh Sturgill and connect it. Josh Sturgill is really, really loose.
Yeah, Thomas Harmon just overdrove that corner there, and Eric Taylor happened to be there. As you got less than 10 to go here. We're going to come to 9 laps to go.
Yeah, Sturgill, man, he's lost his car. I mean, for a guy that was running up almost top 5 to have that one small mistake, and that's what happens, folks.
That's very unfortunate for his case, but as you mentioned before, that 32 car, he has pulled away, he has about a 4.5 second lead. Brian Hartford in. So,
Yeah, and Hartford, he's going to try everything he can to catch him, but the laps are getting shorter.
that is true. We got 9 to go. But,
So it's at this point, that 32, he's roaming. He's enjoying an ice cream sandwich bar inside his car. He's probably talking to his old lady saying, I'll be home here in about 35 minutes. He's just cruising, but he's hoping his internet holds up.
that is for sure. And Andrew Bird out of the Carolina club here. Showing it well. We have 8 laps to go. As you know, I'm watching Brian Hartford. You know, you would almost think if you didn't sit at 32, you'd almost think he's the leader of the race because he's so far back. But
You would have think to check 5 seconds up, right?
yeah, exactly. And you got Matt Blaine running in the 3rd position, Andrew Jones 4th, Patrick Green's running in the 5th position. Raymond Domar runs in the 6th position. Matt Cherry runs 7th. Aaron Fowler up to 8th. Kyle Triau runs in the 9th position. Josh Sturgill falling all the way back to the top position. Tim Hockenbrickner running in the 11th position. And
Yeah, Chris James in the 12th. Thomas Harmon's running 13th. Eric Barrile, 13th. He's 1 lap down. And then Aaron Taylor. Actually, no, Eric is the last one on the lead lap. Is 14th. Aaron Taylor is 15th, 1 lap down. Tim Niederhelm is another lap down at 16th. Scott Massick is 9 laps down at 17th. Danny Lowe, connection issues. So he's down 17 laps. And then the only thing behind Danny Lowe is the pace car, which is 29 laps down.
But, you know, we did have
That is just by luck, though. I would enter a race and the pace car would beat me.
yeah, you know, the pace car beat, you know, unfortunately beat the 76 Gene Collum, Dustin Majewski, Kyle Fram. So, all in all, I think Skylar Allen had a pretty good race, quote unquote. Yeah, it's just.
And it's just one of those races now where you're like, we're just waiting for Andrew Bird to cross the finish line and make this official. Because I'm going through this whole thing, folks, and it looks like everybody's at least 2 seconds spread out. And we got a battle for 5th. Oh, yeah, Patrick Green and Raymond Dormer. And that's one person we don't talk about enough, is Raymond Dormer. This guy is actually, I think, a trucks racer out of Florida. As you see Patrick Green getting kind of loose going through turn 1. It looks like Raymond Dormer kind of let off just a tiny bit. He gave him the benefit of the doubt there. A little bit of give and take, but you got to take more than you give this late in the race.
That is true, and I think at this point everyone behind Andrew Bird just won this race to finish. As he's coming up behind the 41 of Eric Burrell. Had to hit the brakes a little bit there, but as Andrew Bird's going to come through turn 7 and go through turn 7 right now.
Yeah, we got Patrick Greeneye here. He's running those tires as Raymond Dormer looks to the inside, the right side, and he gets kind of loose. He's into the grass. Kind of sets him back a little bit. As Matt Cherry, oh, number 70's around. Matt Cherry connects with him.
Oh,
Raymond Dormer goes around and collects Matt Cherry with him. And I think he also collected Kyle Trito.
Yeah, it looks like the 70 was trying to get spun back around. And doing so, he spun around right in front of the 08. And the 08 just hit him there in the front there. But, you know, obviously that wasn't intentional. Do you think just hard racing, or do you think, you know, obviously Raymond Dormer is probably not really happy with that, but do you think he'll understand this is a racing deal?
Yeah, it is. He went off the side of the track, and at that point, you have to watch it. But as we talk about all this, Brian Hartford at number 71 is closing on Andrew Bird. Is there enough track left? Is there enough time left? That number 71 is charging hard.
Well, we got 4 laps to go, 5 laps to go, right? 4. And maybe Brian Hartford was laying back just enough to save his tires. And I'm not sure. This should be interesting here, as he has to gain 3.5 seconds here. But you know what they say, catching is one thing.
Andrew Bird's off the track! Andrew Bird was just off the track. Folks, we have all kinds of stuff developing right here. The number 32 is having issues. I do not know if there was a lap car that caused that, but Andrew Bird was off the track. And we have cars spinning behind him.
Brian Hartford's involved. Yeah, that 41 car.
I think Brian Hartford got around.
You know, I'm not the guy to pinpoint things on anybody, but if you're a lap down, they need just to get out of the way of these lead cars, because that 41, I don't know if he brake checked the 71 or not, but he just stopped dead in the corner, and then the 71 made contact with him. So
Andrew Bird is counting his blessings right now. And that is something we're going to have to talk to Andrew Bird after this. That is something that almost cost him the race.
You know, I think if that 71-41 didn't have that incident, I really think the 71 could have maybe caught up to him. But now the 71 is 5 seconds behind him.
Yeah, it ain't happening now, folks. Now we got to watch that number 71 and number 88, because Matt McLean is charging. And is Matt McLean going to be the one that's going to get up there and move Brian Hartford for position points? Or is he just handing back saying, you know what, I've got third, I'm happy?
I really don't think he's going to if, you know, only way he'd probably get to him is if Brian Hartford makes a mistake. And I don't think he's going to want to do anything to jeopardize his top 3 finish, but I mean, if he has the run, yeah, he'll go for it, but he's probably not going to make any unnecessary risks.
There's so much truth. I mean, Andrew Bird's checked out. He's now thinking about what kind of steak he wants for dinner.
You know, with all these race marines, you should take everyone out to dinner here.
That ain't that true. Even the booth people. He's going to put us through that kind of stuff.
Yeah, maybe he'll send up some hot dogs next week at Michigan. Yeah, I could go for a Michigan Speedway a hamburger or hot dog or whatever they have over there.
Yeah, so while we're talking about this kind of stuff and food and everything, so I just went to Sam Hunt's concert last Saturday night. $12 a beer.
Huh.
I could not believe it, folks. It was like highway robbery happening in that thing.
Good job. As folks, we have 2. He just came in and got the 2 to go here.
It's happening, folks.
Yeah, he is at 8-second lead, so he could half, not very much half hour, but maybe go 75% throttle here, and he'll have it for sure.
Yeah, the only people that were, Patrick Green and Aaron Fowler are back here battling it out. And that is for 5th and 6th as Aaron Fowler looks to be inside of Patrick Green. Patrick Green gets loose. He's into the wall. Aaron Fowler gets around him. I feel like every time I start talking about somebody, something happens.
Hey, you got my curse, bud. I don't know if there's 8 just trying to come down in front of the 05 and the 05 happen to be there. They're going to get the white flag this time. They're coming off Andrew Roots, come off the table.
Well, is that the checkered flag? That is the checkered flag, folks. Sorry, we thought they had one more left to go, and I seen Andrew Bird getting loose.
I'm not paying attention. I thought it was still at 46. My fault, guys.
So, yeah, the finishing order, we're at the top 3. Andrew Bird, Brian Hartford, and Matt McLean rounding out your top 3. Those are the guys we're going to be talking to. Andrew Jones, Patrick Green finish off your top 5. Aaron Fowler. I don't know what's happening here, folks. Now it's all updating. The same Patrick Green is 6th. So Patrick Green is 6th. Aaron Fowler comes in 5th. Josh Sturgill, 7th. Matt Cherry, 8th. Tim Hockeybrickenecker, 9th. Thomas Herman, 10th. I'm sorry, Tim. I cannot pronounce your name.
Wait. Before I continue this on, how many beers have you had tonight?
And we're not even going to discuss that because I just opened up another one.
Chris James in the 42 is going to finish 11th. The last car on the lead lap. First start one lap down is 0-8 of Kyle Truto. Raymond Dormer looking to have a pretty good run going. Finishes 13th, 14th, Eric Barilli. 15th, Aaron Taylor. 16th, Sam Niederhelm. 2 laps down. And then Scott Masick, 17th, 11 laps down. Danny Lowe, 14th connection issues. He'll get a 18th place finish. 19th will be Gene Collum. Dustin Majewski will finish 20th, and it looks like Kyle Graham will round the field in 21st. And guys, let's go ahead and take a quick break here. We'll get back to the post-race interviews.
a race, folks. A lot of action happening all over these turns. And I tell you what, we thought we were going to have a late race shootout with Brian Hartford, but he got caught up in a little bit of action at the end. It pushed him back a little bit. So the top three drivers right now, Andrew Bird, Brian Hartford, and Matt McLean, we will be speaking to. Let's go ahead and get to Matt McLean first. The number 3 spot. Go ahead and take it, Jake Little.
Alrighty. Hey, Matt McLean, Jake Little in the Yellow Flag TV booth. You got a copy?
Gotcha.
Man, what a good run here tonight. You rolled off P4. Pretty much stayed in the top 5, top 6 the entire race. What was the race from your point of view?
Too much rear bite. The car on track was really loose. I believe that the track temp was like 107 degrees, so it's a little hot. So I just made the best of it. Try not to burn the tires up, which I probably conserved a little too much and let Andrew get out too far ahead. And it was a solid race. We had to get set up in the car, and fast pit stops, and some drivers that ran around us that were really clean. So I got to thank them for being clean, and I'm looking forward to what we can do here in the future towards the championship.
Yeah, that's for sure. And, you know, you're very consistent here tonight. And for the viewers that have not been around this track, how difficult is this track to maintain a solid rhythm and not make any mistakes here at Watkins Glen?
Well, every corner is very distinct, and you know, if you're going in a little too hot, you can wheel hop. Everything is really light. I mean, throttle on corner exit. I mean, it's just so easy to screw up here, and you literally have to be perfect if you're going to win this race. And Andrew was the car that was perfect tonight, and which obviously he was. I mean, he's been perfect almost every weekend, but. You know, I mean, we just got to keep pushing forward and see what we can do. I love this track. I've been going here in real life for about 20 years now, and I'm looking forward to see what we can do here.
All right, man. Do you have who would you like to thank here tonight?
Well, I'd like to thank the race sponsor, Andrew's Paint. Also, I'd like to thank The Buzz, Z-Talk Radio, Simple Man Game Calls, Tommy and Danny for doing the league, and you guys for broadcasting. I really appreciate it. You guys coming on board. I love watching the broadcast after the races. It's a lot of fun to watch.
All right, man. Yeah, good job on the third place finish here tonight, and see you next week at Michigan.
Thank you. See you guys then.
All right, so now we're gonna go ahead and let's go ahead. Let's just do this right here, right now. Brian Hartford, Richard Rose of the Yellow Flag TV booth. How you doing, man? I tell you what, it's a beautiful day to drink some beers and watch some action. I want to know what was going through your head. All right, so we're sitting here, we're watching Andrew Bird with his leg hanging out the window, probably listening to some Guns N' Roses type deal, and he's cruising to the win, but also we start seeing the times dropping, and Brian Hartford's catching him, and then you're caught up in that late race accident where the spin. What was going through your head?
I think he was just toying with us. He's very fast. I don't think I was catching him at all. I think he was just backing off, and I was burning my stuff up. And I think he was eating ice cream. I don't think he had his leg out.
I did make the comment that he did have an ice cream sandwich at the beginning of the race. He was looking fast, but you were catching him. What were you pushing it to the limits, or were you doing the ones where you're just sitting in second? You're happy with second in this race?
I was just trying to be consistent, pushing as far as I can push it. I'm not going above my talent and just attacking each corner the other way I know how. That's all I was doing.
Yeah, because you're already into the playoffs, and we talked about 2016 and everything, shades of 2016, where you went out and won almost everything, and even beat the pace car, won a race. I don't know how that happened, But is there anybody you want to thank or any sponsors you want to give a shout out to?
Sure, we got Andrew Paint for this race. Good job with those guys. Buzz Pole Awards. What is it? The other one. Help me out here.
I think he's talking about Silverman Game Calls.
Yeah, that's it. I just had my tooth pulled yesterday, so I'm a little bit wheezy.
See, folks, that's what we're gonna add this on to the storylines. Brian Harford's driving drunk. Well, congratulations on the second. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna let Jake Little take this over for this train wreck.
Sorry, guys.
Alright, that was the second place finisher of Brian Harford. So, Richard, let's go down to the Andrew Payne's victory lane.
Yeah, get that thing going.
Where Andrew Bird picks up his 6th win of the season, and Andrew Bird, Jake Little, and the yellow flag too. If you got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Man, once again, just an unbelievable run here tonight. Won the Buzz Pole Award earlier this morning. Led the most laps here tonight. Fastest on practice by well over a couple seconds, a couple tenths. And what was your key to success here, if any?
So I felt really consistent. I was really fast too, but just super consistent, and it felt really good. I was able to, once I got in that big lead, I was able to kind of take it easy and relax and not do anything to mess me up, and it still was fast, apparently.
I know we were watching that last restart. You restarted third. I think you're right behind the 8 of Patrick Green, and we saw you dive it down in there. I'm thinking, oh no, this can't be good. And then you came out with the lead. Was that your intentions to drive it in there deep, or did that just kind of happen and you went on with it?
Not just I hit my mark, but took it a little easy, just in case. He let off really early, and I was just able to fly by there. The car felt really good. I didn't overdrive it at all.
Yeah, that is for sure. And you've been excellent everywhere we go, and you sweep the road course races here in the 2017 season. Just really perfect here tonight. And who would you like to thank here?
Superman Game Calls for sponsoring the series. Tommy for doing a great job as always, running the series, and then you guys for the broadcast. You do a great job.
Yeah, we appreciate the feedback, and as always, you go out, do a good job. Everyone here in this whole series does a excellent job here, and we'll just see everyone here next week at Michigan.
Thank you.
All right, that was Andrew Bird picking up his 6th win of the season, and
I gotta jump in here real quick. I did not mean train wreck of Brian Harford or anything. It was heading that way because Brian Harford had his teeth pulled, and that's what I was going for. I was not making fun of Brian Harford, calling him a train wreck or anything. I respect the heck out of Brian Harford. He's a great guy. I just wanted to put that out there. So it was one of those times where my filter kicked in.
And, I mentioned earlier he sweeps the road course events, and not really honestly surprised. Next week we go from going left and right. Next week we go to Michigan International Speedway. One of my, I'm not saying my favorite track because it's my home track, just saying because it is one of my favorite tracks. I always, always like the bigger tracks, but
It is. It is something too,
yeah.
because you got Michigan, all right? These guys go screaming into the corners, 200 plus miles per hour.
like 210, 215.
So, if something goes wrong, folks, these guys are eating concrete for the next week. They're probably spitting it out of their teeth because they're hitting that wall hard. So anybody that thinks they're not athletes, even in this computer chair, I feel like an athlete.
All right. No, I believe you. I'm
going to tell you. Okay, so the first time I ever raced Martinsville Speedway, I'm going to say this on air. The first time I ever raced Martinsville Speedway was through this league, and I raced the whole race. And at the end of it, my legs were cramping up, and I was like, I don't know how they do it. So, and after watching last week with Casey Kane getting out of the car and collapsing, it's just these guys, they're athletes, and it's not only physical, but it's mental too. So, you've seen it tonight. I mean, Brian Harford was catching up to Andrew Bird, and he got caught up in the other stuff. So the other guy let it get to his head, maybe. You never know.
Yeah, that is for sure. And we're gonna stop talking for the night. We'll call it a night. We'll before we do that, actually, stop right here. Do you have any last post-race comments, Richard, before heading on to next week, Michigan?
I tell you, if you guys like the racing that leads up to playoff racing, now's the time to check in, because from here on out, it's gonna get good.
That is for sure. And from Yellow Flag TV, my name's Rick Little, along with Rick Rose. Have a good night.
Thank you.